Hey, welcome back. So we're gonna check out the exposure compensation for close-up photography, and we're getting back to that scale around here. You guys remember this scale from a previous video, probably. You see this part; it has a couple. It has millimeters up here, and it has three different zones here: a light zone, a medium zone, and a dark zone. Um, there we go. So you see there's a little division here. There's a kind of clear and then kind of middle, and then there's like dark zone, and there's some millimeters over here. All right. So when we're gonna be using this, um, according to the optical law, the light intensity decreases by the square of the distance from the film plane. I mean, there's a lot of math going on here for the optical physics, but uh, Mamiya has done it already for you, most of it, and basically the distance between the lens and the film, obviously, the longer it is, it will decrease the light the light intensity that it will fall onto the film. So if you have it really far away, the light is gonna be weaker and weaker as far as it goes. So why would we need to put it all the way up here? You say. The further you go, the closest the focus you're gonna get. That is the thing. So right now I'm at the maximum focus for this lens, and according to the lens settings, the maximum focal length would be like around 1 meter, maybe less than that. It shows it, yeah, probably like around 1 meter, maybe less than 1 meter, 80, 90 something. I don't remember it by memory, but it's not that close. So you need to extend the bellows, and by extending the bellows, you will be able to see these three zones. Just tell you how much you're gonna have to decrease your or increase your exposure time or your aperture. It tells you over here you don't lose any light at all. Over here you lose half a step, and over here in the dark zone you lose one full step. So if you're shooting something like really close to the camera, you have to check it out to read the exposure compensation factor on the scale. Um, so there's those three zones, and all you need to do is just check out. You focus first. You say like, okay, here's my focus. You find out your lens. On this table there is a lens, so I'm using the 110, which would be this one over here. So I go through that line over here, and I can see if I'm focusing here, I don't go all the way to the dark zone, but I'm over here, so I'm losing half of step. So I can figure it out to use half of step, maybe open the aperture a little more, half a step, or change my speed to just let more light coming, more time for the light that is coming in to be set up on the film to get my right exposure. Now, this setting, this type of things, you can do it like this. But if there is one, there's a few. They call it TTL viewfinder. So it's through the lens. There's prism finders over here that you can take this viewfinder out and put the other one in here. And I don't have them. I don't use them. You put it the speed dial. You put it on AEF. So automatic exposure finder, and then you use this, and this would calculate even if you're losing some light intensity by extending the bellows. This the other prism finder, it would be able to set up the correct speed for it, so it will actually be able to calculate for you the loss of the light when you're closing into some subject and shooting like really close. There is also the bellows. There is extension bellows. Well, extension lenses, the tubes. There's two tubes that come for this camera. There's these two guys. So I have them set it up like that because you can also add them like that. They call it the number one and number two. One is 45 millimeters and the other one is 82 millimeters, and this can also be separated. And it doesn't have any glass or anything inside. It just pretty much passes the whole signal through this to the lens. So all you do is, if you need to be closer to your subject, you put the lens, you set it up in here, and it has also the same dot markings, like that red dot. You just align it to this, and there you go. and then you lock it like you would in the camera. And this one has the same red dot, so you put it in there, and you can align it in here and close it in. Or you can do the extra extension of the bellows and just put it into the other tube extension, and that will be a huge hole. It's separating the lens from the camera by quite a bunch. And let's try to set it up here. There we go. And now you have a very long, this is 110, but then as you remember, if I extend the bellows, I will start focusing on something closer and closer and closer to the camera. But now it's already very well extended, where my focus is really close. And this, they come with some calculations where, well, you extend it over here, you see the millimeters up here, and that will tell you how much to add to the already length of this, so you can calculate the exposure. And now you have a huge thing. And this is the smallest of the lenses, so I can put an 85 lenses. And I mean, you can do a lot of creative things if you want to shoot like really close photography. But as you can see, the camera will not be able to stand up, and this is what we were talking about, having a very sturdy, I mean, even one hand is kind of hard for me to hold it. So that's why you need sometimes a very sturdy tripod, so you will be able to hold your camera in position while having a very heavy weight on the front. And this is just tube, it doesn't have any glass inside, but there are some lenses that are pretty heavy. Alright, so that will be for this video. See you guys on the next video.